Hey everybody, it's Jeff from New York coming to you from the beautiful Norwegian gem, and today we are going to hit the streets of Old San Juan to check out their historic forts. The city used to be heavily fortified with several forts. We're going to check out two of the main ones today, and lots of history which I'll share with you during the video. So come on along, let's check out the forts of Old San Juan. My videos rarely come with rules, but I have two rules for this particular video. The first one is I want all you New Yorkers to hold each other's hands. I don't want anyone getting lost here, so find a partner, hold their hands, and keep an eye on me. Make sure we all stick together. The second rule, or I guess just a statement, is that I'm not a historian and I'm totally out of my element here. I really don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm going to do the best I can. I'm not a history teacher or anything like that. Just a guy who likes to go on cruises, visit casinos, hotels, restaurants, and bars and stuff like that. But I'm going to do the best I can on giving you a little history lesson here. So I guess rule number 2 is please bear with me. Now we're visiting two forts today. The one that we're in right now is Castillo San Cristobal, and the larger of the forts, which we're going to visit in a moment, is called Castillo San Felipe de Morro, otherwise known as El Morro. One thing many of these forts have in common are these garditas. We're heading into one right now, or sentry boxes. This is where Spanish soldiers stood guard at night. This particular sentry box was built in 1634. It stands out from the rest and is surrounded by legend still today, known as Gardita de Diablo. That's the one that we're in right now, or Devil's Sentry Box. It's located further away from the others, protruding out into the ocean. It is said that because of its remote location and the eerie sounds that were often heard late at night, Gardita de Diablo, the Gardita we're in right now, was not popular among Spanish guards. The soldiers in these Garditas would occasionally shout out at each other at night to make sure everyone was alright and awake. Because this Gardita, Gardita de Diablo, was so far away, the soldiers had to shout louder and compete with the crashing sounds of the ocean waves and the howling wind at night. One night, a soldier named Sanchez stood guard at this infamous Gardita de Diablo, and every call directed at him went unanswered. The soldiers feared for his life, but no one dared to check on him until sunrise. They arrived to find no sign of Sanchez. All that were left was his rifle and uniform. The superstitious guards claimed that Sanchez was taken away by the devil, and so the legend began of the Gardita de Diablo. Some locals at the time offered a more logical explanation. They claimed that Sanchez deserted his post to escape with the love of his life, a girl named Diana. Sanchez would play his guitar and sing to her to express his love. However, neither his superiors nor Diana's stepmother approved of the relationship. The couple agreed to meet one night when Sanchez was posted at the sentry box, or the Gardita de Diablo, to make their escape. Diana bought him civilian clothes and they both escaped unseen to a private cottage in Old San Juan. Regardless of which story you believe, they were never seen again. It is said that if you visit the Gardita de Diablo at night, you might hear Sanchez's guitar. Which story do you believe? Leave a comment below. In any event, here we are at the largest fort here in Old San Juan, Castillo San Felipe de Morro, otherwise known as El Morro, and as you can see, there is a long but interesting walk to get to this fort. El Morro and all of these forts here in Old San Juan are run by the National Park Services of the U.S. and it's pretty much a self-guided tour. It's $10, but I have to tell you the signage here is fantastic. It lets you know exactly what you're looking at, the history behind it. I'm pretty much going to let you guys roam around, just watch the video. I'm not going to do too much commentating. Because again, the signage is really good here. I might interrupt every once in a while to probably promote the channel because that's what I seem to do a lot. But in the meantime, just remember, hold each other's hands, and I will see you guys at the end of the tour. keep in mind, guys, this isn't a, recreation. This is the real thing. And speaking of the real thing, if you haven't subscribed already to the New York channel, why don't you do so right now by clicking on that little New York logo in the lower right-hand corner of your screen, clicking on that and subscribing, as well as giving the video a thumbs up and commenting below, really makes the video stand out, and YouTube puts it out there for more viewers to watch. I appreciate your support, guys. Let's get back to the fort. Few landmarks are more representative of Puerto Rico's legacy within the Caribbean and the Americas than Castillo San Felipe de Morro. This fortification on the corner of the inlet of Old San Juan now greets cruise ships as they leisurely sail in and out of the bay. During most of its nearly 500-year history, this was an important military outpost for Spain and later the United States. When you visit, you'll learn about El Morro and the island's history itself, why Puerto Rico's strategic location in the Caribbean made it an important port for those trying to expand their reach into the New World, and how the United States used the fort during both World Wars. Old San Juan was founded in 1521 by Spanish settlers. El Morro's construction began in 1539 and finished in 1790. During those 250 years, El Morro went from a platform mounted with a cannon to a 6-level fortress designed to unnerve attackers as they approached from the sea. A half-mile across the mouth of the Bay of San Juan is another smaller fort called El Cañuelo. When enemy ships would try to enter the bay, the two forts created a crossfire that effectively closed the bay entrance and the rest of San Juan. Thanks to El Morro, which is where we are right now, and El Cañuelo on the other side of the inlet, the Spaniards were able to defend Puerto Rico from invasions by the British, Dutch, and as well as pirates. Looks like Spain pretty much ruled the world until around 1800, when it started to lose control. A series of wars between 1810 and 1820 led to the independence of countries like Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela, Argentina, Peru, and Chile. By the 1870s, only Cuba and Puerto Rico remained under Spanish rule. I guess being number one is cool, but it can't last forever. I guess looking back, we have Spain to thanks for conquering, settling, and protecting this whole half of the world. Speaking of thanks, you guys saw this one coming. If you'd like to help support the New York channel, click on that thanks button right underneath the video you're watching right now. Doing so not only helps support the channel, but it'll get you a shout out on an upcoming New York video. I really do appreciate your support, guys, and I hope you appreciate this history lesson. And I also realize this video is going to get very few views, and if you're still watching, that's amazing, and I do appreciate that, but it's just one of those videos I had to make. I shouldn't say have to, I wanted to. Something tells me this didn't come with the original fort. Gunpowder obviously had to be protected, kept dry, and away from light. And when you think about it, what good is a cannon and a cannonball without some gunpowder? Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our little tour of El Morro and our history lesson today. I'm going to start heading back towards the NCL gym, which is actually how I got to Puerto Rico. And, oh, by the way, the field in front of El Morro is known for kite flying, as you can see here. Not so much back in the 1500s, but these days it is. Flying kites is very difficult while there's cannonballs flying back and forth.